Speedrunning is a very competitive scene of gaming. Sometimes you need to learn almost humanly impossible tricks and maneuvers just to place in the top 50 in some leaderboards. Now what if I told you there was a way to completely avoid learning complicated strategies and spending hundreds or even thousands of hours in one game just to not even be the best? You wouldn't believe me, right? Well, I introduced you speedrun.com's sort by fewest runs category. Here it shows you every single game registered on speedrun.com without any runs on them. To prove my point even better, I went into these games completely blind before playing them, so these times are just my first playthrough. You could literally submit a 30-hour run and still get first on the leaderboards, but no one would do that, right? Anyway, I will now take you on a journey showing how I technically got 8 world records in one day. This video was inspired by Giuseppe's video, I play Steam games that nobody plays. With all that out of the way, let's get into the video. I will be talking about every single game in order of how long they took. Shortest speedrun on this list is in a game called Snow Fighters created in 2020, where the gameplay is basically Billy and Bobby having a snowball fight in the backyard. While I'm explaining the game, I'll just throw the speedrun in as backdrop since it's so short anyway. The speedrun category I went for is to beat all of the bots on level 1. I chose level 1 since I couldn't find out how to change the difficulty of the bots. There are 6 characters and 3 mats, but we will be choosing the first one in each since it's faster menuing. The gameplay is basically collect the snowballs and then just spam the shoot button until the CPU dies, and then repeat this 6 times. Some characters are faster or have more snowball storage, but that really didn't matter to me since I just turned my hand into a Gatling gun and absolutely gunned down little Bobby on the other side of the backyard. And when this run was done, I was sitting at a short time of 1 minute, 42 seconds, and 63 centiseconds. I will be also reading each game on a scale of difficulty and how much I enjoyed running it up in the top left, but this is the only time I'm saying it out loud, so difficulty is probably a 1 and enjoyment is like a 4. The next speedrun, being a bit less than 2 minutes longer than the last one, is from the game TinyBot. TinyBot is a puzzle platformer created in 2018 for a weekly game jam. It features 19 levels, and I obviously picked that category since 19 levels didn't seem that long. After learning how to do the 19 levels in about 20 minutes and getting stuck on really simple levels,
I can make that jump.
Not with the block.
I started my attempts of the speedrun. What I was aiming for, I didn't know either, but I knew a somewhat fast time would satisfy me. The 17th attempt, after some groaning over throwing runs so hard that I could be considered LeBron James, I got to the final level without dying too much and proceeded to get stuck for almost a minute and a half, therefore only getting a sub 5 minute run. After 40 minutes worth of attempts that I even threw on the last level, I threw the last stage. Are you kidding? I threw the last stage. Or just with full gorilla brain, I could have beat the first half of the game. Can I? What the fuck? On the 80th attempt, I started cutting off major amounts of time until the 8th level where I lost 8 seconds because of death. But that didn't stop me. And on level 14, almost a 20-second time save. How did I do it? I legitimately have no clue, but a 20-second time save is a 20-second time save. Fast forwarding to level 18, the last level. Will I choke it again, or will I succeed in getting a good time so I can move on to the next one? And there it is, beating level 18 at 3 minutes and 20 seconds and 3 seconds from level 19. And with that, we end up at a 3 minutes, 23 seconds and 22 centiseconds as our final time. A sub 3:30, not bad. The next game actually has 3 world records tied to it since the categories are individual level runs, so I decided to do all 3 of them. The game simulating Florida, going by the name Trouble in Tornado Town, being released in early 2023, is a game trying to get you to cause as much havoc as you can in as little time as possible as a tornado. The game, somehow costing the same as Terraria on Summer Sale, has only 3 levels and you can pretty much beat all of them in around 10 minutes. I started from the first map, Tornado Town, which looks awfully familiar to another popular mobile game who kind of has the same gimmick. It's probably just a coincidence. In the beginning, you can only throw around some poles and some construction equipment. The further you level up, you can throw around fences, cars, trees, and people. The way to finish one of these runs is to finish this objective right here, the main objective. On this map, you can get that done by destroying the city hall in about 5 minutes. Cesspool is the next map, which I was surprised about since I didn't know the UK would have some representation in any of these games. Whatever, it's the same thing as the last map and you just have to destroy big savings mart, which you can do in around 3 minutes. Breezy Fields, a name that sounds like it could belong on the new Fortnite map, is literally the exact same thing as the last two, but it's a farm and it's way easier to get done since the crops can be thrown around as soon as you spawn down, causing you to get insane mass in a matter of seconds. So I obviously beat this one as the fastest at 2 minutes and 24 seconds. This is the first speedrun in this video that actually exceeds 10 minutes and it even exceeds 20.
I don't know how to transition into this, so...
One Try One Kill Mid in 2020 is a fast-paced assassin type game where you have to commit crimes that will probably get you about 2,000 years total in prison, but you won't do it, no balls. The game has 3 different categories based on the 3 difficulties it has, but I will be running medium %.
Why aren't you doing this on easy? Wouldn't it be way easier?
Well, this lovely fellow from the land of if you touch an animal you would probably die already had a run on easy, and we would have steal that from him now, would we? The game really ramps up in the first chapter, just going around with a knife to instantly starting to absolutely demolish police officers with firearms such as pistols, SMGs, and shotguns. And then the game introduces like landmines or something. Be careful, okay. Which is very kind to show some appreciation to the people over there in Bosnia. And on the same map, you released this creature.
What are these? Oh, beasts from hell, holy shit.
Fast forwarding a couple levels, we get to the first boss, which is just an open field with different enemies, and then a big officer with a gun who you can take down with just a couple shots. Then for some reason, the difficulty of the levels just kind of mellow out, I guess. They got really easy.
Yawn.
The first half of the game took me 50 minutes, the second half only 9. So I'll just skip forward to the next boss, and when you look at that, it's literally the same exact boss. They really couldn't get more creative with this one. Anyway, I defeated the boss in 24 minutes and 31 seconds, and this is the first time I actually reacted to one of these.
I win! That's
The game coming up is probably the one I had the most fun with.
Jet Set Radio!
Southern Market, also released in 2023, is the average experience of going into a Walmart in the US on a Saturday.
Rage for sure. That's mine.
Featuring 11 levels of increasing amount of difficulty and chaos. Up here. Don't you hate me, bro? I go in the lane for eggs. I look out, there's the guy coming for me, I try to go the other way, and then there's 50 shopping carts. Getting familiar with the game in the tutorial, I found out you only need to get 75% of the shopping list to proceed to the next level, even though it says in big letters right under the names of the levels. In this game, you're going shopping as the shopping cart itself, try to get the groceries for your loving shopping cart family, but these pieces of shopping carts always get in the way. And to add on top of that, there's always a lanky mother chasing your shopping cart ass, but I never got caught. Woo!
No!
Okay, I might have gotten caught a couple times, but that's beside the point. You could also find shiny rainbow items on the floor, which add to this counter right here. This counter tells you how many times you can kick ass with the shopping cart. Yeah, baby! But to be for real, this game was actually so fun to speedrun, since the chaos and the fast-paced gameplay adds so much speedrunning value that I could probably shave this down to maybe a sub 25 if I tried. I'm going to fast forward a bit to the last level because it basically shows all that the game offers.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend.
The security guard right here is the highest level security guard, since there are 3 levels of guards. The shopping list is also stacked to the brim with different items, and remember I have to get at least 75% of the items on the list. So after getting trapped for the 5th time,
Which is the toilet cleaner.
I planned out my routing and I satisfied my family without paying a single dollar.
How much is this?
149, sir.
I've got 50p. Fuck you, bastard.
And finished the game at 31 minutes and 51 seconds. This is the last game on this list, and since we're going from shortest to longest, this is the longest game. So how long is it? 45 minutes? An hour? How about try 4 timesing the last time to get an over 2-hour run? The absolute mountain of this session is a little game called Parkbound. that came out in 2017. My god, it caused me such a headache multiple times. This physics engine is so horrible, it hasn't been playtested a single bit. So then you may wonder, if you were so frustrated with the game, why didn't you just search for another one? And my answer to that is... The category I ran in this is 22 chess %, which is basically just half completion of the main island, since I thought it would be pretty fast. And oh, how wrong I was. I got my first chest around the 1 minute and 25 second mark, so even then I thought it wouldn't be that long. I'm only looking at about half an hour. Well, that minute turned into 13 minutes by the second chest. Although I did pick up the pace, since I got to 11 chests in about 15 minutes. I still had over an hour of suffering to do that all over again. The thing is that most of my time loss didn't even come from dying too many times on levels. It was that some of the ones that I picked to do the chest saw were so bad that I wasted, I think, around 20 to 30 minutes on them in total, just suffering and not even getting anything from it. Some of the stages I did complete were still absolute nonsense, like getting random momentum from a moving platform.
It accelerates so slowly. Oh my god.
Somehow the falling platforms catching up to me in one try but not in the other. The spinners absolutely instantly changing direction and speed without any indication.
How am I supposed to react to that?
After over 2 hours and a lot of whining and whimpering, I got to the last segment of the final level. It was like an Indiana Jones type design where you had to avoid this large boulder by jumping on these pillars off to the side. I'll just show you guys the raw footage of me beating it.
Please tell me. God, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Done. Oh. 2 hours, 8 minutes, 18 seconds. Whatever. Oh my, I'm so happy it's over. Oh, I'm so happy it's over. That was horrid. Never played this game. Never.
Saying that I was relieved is an understatement. I feel like I ascended up into the clouds and into heaven. Here's all the games that have been verified and those that are still awaiting verification. And this is how I became an 8 times world record holder in a single day.